Good morning to one and all. I welcome you all to this session on Spoken English, Day 11. Although learning English can be challenging and time consuming, we have to understand that it can create many better opportunities for us in life. So, without further ado, let us go into our lesson. Today, I'll be covering on the topic present tense. Let's first understand what is present tense. It's a tense that expresses an action that is currently going on or habitually performed or a state that currently or generally exists. So in short, present tense is a tense which expresses an action in an action which is currently going on, which is an ongoing action, present time. It may be a habitually performed action or it may be a general truth. Example, the program is going on smoothly. Now, according to the sentence, the program is still going on in the present form, in the present tense. It's still going on. Next is Alice prefers coffee to tea. Now, it's a habit. It's a habit statement or it's a habitually performed action. She prefers coffee over tea. So, that is also a habitually performed action is also stated or expressed in present tense form. Rick is upset. So, right now Rick is upset. So, that is also present tense. A state of being, a present state of being. So, he is upset now. So, that is expressed in present tense. Generally, there are four forms of present tense: simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. We have all learned this way before in our school time, during our school time: simple present, present continuous, present perfect. But it was always confusing for us to understand what's the basic difference between these four. So now I'll be telling you what are each one of them. So starting with simple present. Simple present, an action is mentioned simply in its base form. The verb in that sentence will be in the base form. I work, right? I sat. She drinks. He jumps. All these are in their base form. The verb is in their base form. That's a simple present form. Next form is a present continuous. Here it's an incomplete or a continuous or an ongoing action that we are mentioning in the statement. Present perfect, it's a finished action, right? It started and it's finished. It started in the past and it's finished now in the present time. And present perfect continuous, an action which maybe started in the past or maybe it started now and it's completed also, right? So these are the four forms: simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. Now learn each one of them in detail. So starting with simple present tense. This tense is used when we talk about habit, when we talk about a routine, or when we talk about a universal fact. So let's understand what it is. So simple present tense we use simple present tense in three different situations: when you're talking about a habit, when you're talking about a routine, or when you're talking about a universal truth. Habit, like I drink coffee, it's a habit. I normally drink coffee, I don't prefer tea. So I drink coffee. Here drink is in the base form, that verb is in the base form. Routine, I don't go to my office on Sundays. Now this is my routine. I never go to my office on Sundays. It's a holiday. So I don't go. So going, that action go is in its base form. Universal fact, like the earth revolves around the sun, revolve, that verb is in its base form. Why? Because we are talking about a universal fact, and universal facts are always expressed in simple present tense. Like the sun rises in the east. So all rises, that is the base form. So simple present tense is always expressed in its, the verb in that sentence is always expressed in its base form. Secondly, we use simple present tense when we are talking about a habit, when we are talking about a routine, or when we are talking about a universal fact. Examples are there on your screen. My father goes to the gym every day. Goes, the verb there. She loves to play basketball. She thinks he is very handsome. I run every weekend. We play tennis every morning. Does he write an email? They talk too much. Does he go to school? It usually rains every day here. See, usually. Now that's talking about a routine. It usually does. It smells very delicious in the kitchen. So all these are examples for present tense. Going into our next form, which is present continuous tense. This tense is used when there is an ongoing activity in motion or going on in the present. So, present continuous, the name itself suggests continuous. When there is an ongoing activity or a continuous activity happening, then we express that in a present continuous tense. We use, what are the main words used in present continuous tense? We use is, am, and are with the subject. And here the verb that we use in the present continuous tense is the ing form of the verb. What is an ing form of the verb? So if the base form of the verb is paint, then ing form will be painting. If the base form of the verb is play, then verb plus ing will be playing. So in present continuous tense, we use the verb plus ing form, right? So examples will be like, I am drawing a picture, right? Or if it is he or she or it we are talking about, then he is sleeping in the room. He is sleeping in the room, or she is sleeping in the room. Now, if you're talking about more than one person, or we are talking about a another person, you are or we are watching a film, or are you watching a film? So that is also a present continuous tense. It's still going on. So here I am drawing a picture. I'm still drawing a picture. I'm reporting it. I'm drawing a picture. So why? Because I'm continuously, right now it's an ongoing activity. So I express that in the present continuous tense form. I am drawing a picture. She is sleeping in the room, or they are watching a film. So present continuous tense is used for activities which is ongoing or which is presently in the motion, right? And the verb form that we use with the present continuous is the verb plus ing form. So if it's play, we use playing. If it is paint, we use painting, right? So this is present continuous tense. Our third form is present perfect tense. Perfect. The tense, the name of the tense itself tells you perfect, which means complete. This tense is used when we talk about a finished action or a perfect action in the recent or the present time. The action is completed now. Here we use have or has form whether it's singular or plural, depending on that we'll use has or have form, plus the verb that we use in present perfect tense sentences will be the third form. Now if you remember our verbs lesson, the chapter in which we covered the verbs, there are three forms which we learned. Verb 1, which is the base form, verb 2, which is the past tense form, and verb 3 or V3, which is the past participle form, the third form. So always in present perfect tense, where the action is finished in the present time, is completed in the present time, we use the third form of verb, which is eaten. For example, if the base form of V1 form is eat, V2 will be ate, and V3 form, which is the past participle form, will be eaten. I have eaten an apple. You have eaten an apple. They have eaten an apple. Right? So, you will use have or has with the subject, and you will use the third form of verb, which is the past participle form of verb in the sentence. I have just finished my project. I've just finished. So just now I've just completed that action in this present time. So present perfect tense. So I've just finished. See, if you remember in V3 form, I said most of the time certain words are V3 forms words are same as V2. So finish, finished and finished. Finish is the base form V1. Finished is the past tense form V2, and again finished itself is the V3 form also. So there are examples. I have eaten an apple. You have eaten an apple. Or they have eaten an apple. Or if it's in a question form, you can ask, have you eaten an apple? Right? So this is called the present perfect tense. Next is present perfect continuous tense. Now both of them are coming together here. We learned what is present tense, simple present tense. We learned what is present perfect, where an action is completed in the present time or the current recent time. Present continuous tense, where an action is ongoing. Now this fourth form is the combination of both perfect and the continuous. So normally this tense is used when we talk about something that is started in the past. So a certain action that has already started in the past and it's still continuing. It's not completed still. It's still continuing now. Right? Maybe in the future it may finish or it may get completed. That we don't know. So right now it's continuing and it started in the past. For example, here we said in present perfect tense, we said we use has and have plus third form of verb. Now here in present perfect continuous tense, we use has and have. Why? Because it's a perfect, the words which you use in perfect tense, present perfect. So has and have, but with has we have to add been, the word been, B-E-E-N, been. Has been, have been. So has been, have, either has been or have been, plus here the verb's ing form. Right? Remember we learned that in continuous tense we use verb's ing form. Right? I said it's a mixture of perfect and continuous. So from perfect we are taking the has and the have, adding been to it, and from continuous we are taking the verb's ing form. So in a sentence there will be either a have been or a has been. There will be a verb with the ing form, and most of the times there will be either since, the word since, or the word for. Now in your minds you will be having a doubt, or you've always had this doubt. When do you use since and when do you use for? What's the difference between these two words? Well, since is used whenever we mention a point of time, a particular point of time, say 10 a.m. So since 10 a.m. I've been waiting since 10 a.m. right? Or since childhood. since 1990. The shop the shop has been working since 1999. Since morning. So all this states the point of time. So since is used with the point of time, and the word for is used to mention the duration or the period of time. So 5 years, 2 hours. So 5 years he have been waiting, I've been waiting since last 2 hours, or for 2 hours. Then you're late, I've been waiting for last 15 seconds or last 15 minutes. So this is a basic difference between since and for. So in present perfect continuous tense, I'm repeating, we use either have been or has been plus the ing form of the verb playing, painting, sitting, jumping, climbing. All these are the verb ing forms, plus since or for. It has been raining since morning. I have been listening to the lecture for 2 hours now. So these are the examples. You have some more examples on the screen. You have been waiting here for 2 hours. Have you been waiting here for 2 hours? You have not been waiting here for 2 hours. No. What is the difference between these three sentences? One sentence is in the positive form, another is in the negative form, and one is a question form, right? You have been waiting is a positive form, have you been waiting is the question form, and you have not been waiting is the negative form. But did you notice that we have used have been plus verbs ing form waiting. Wait is the base form, waiting is the ing form, and we have used for, the word for, in those sentences, right? What have you been doing for the last 30 minutes? Another sentence. Here we have used have been. When you are using a name, then it will be has been. It will not be have been. James has been teaching at the university since June. Right? So James has been is used here. Teaching, verbs ing form is used here. At the university since June. See, a point of time is given there. Since June, he's been teaching there. Right? So, these are some examples here. Why has Nancy not been taking her medicine for the last 3 days? Why has? See, when the name is used, we use has. When names are used, the has been. If she, he, the third person is used, then we use has. So these are some examples. With that, we have come to the end of the session. I hope it's clear. Present tense, just to sum up, is a tense which is used to express a certain activity which is ongoing or which is currently happening or which is a habit or a routine, right? And we have 4 forms of present tense: simple present tense, present continuous, present perfect, and last is present perfect continuous tenses. I hope it's clear. So I would request you all to go through the assignment, try to solve the assignment, and then go to your test and complete the test. With that, I wind up, again requesting you to practice more and observe more, tune your ears. That's all. Thank you so much.